8:03. We are about an hour and 7 minutes away from Canada taking to the ice. The second game in a row at the Olympics. Connor McDavid absolutely all over the place yesterday. And probably will be again today against Switzerland. Next Wednesday, the Oil Stream will be live with our presenting partners at Boston Pizza in Westmount, the Westmount location. So you can join us for that. And then, so pop by for lunch next Wednesday. We'll be there, Lock Shop Oil Stream, on the 18th of February.
Join us.
It should be a good time.
Always have a good time.
So Josh Morrissey is out. Official. That's just being tweeted out right now. So no Josh Morrissey will go. Oh, and Brad Marchand taking a rest.
He is old.
Yeah. So old man Marchand's going to rest. Seth Jarvis draws in. And then Logan Thompson and Darcy Kemper will be the two goalies that dress for Canada. Makes sense.
Yep.
If Binnington's not going to play, you might as well let him sit. Get a chance for Darcy Kemper to put on the Canadian jersey and play in the Olympics. And then, so Jarvis and Sanheim will both come in. Marchand out, Morrissey out, and Logan Thompson to start for Canada. If you're watching over on YouTube today, hammer the thumbs up for us. Sub to our channel if you haven't already. We would certainly love to have you over there.
We hit 14.
Well. Yeah, we're at like 14, 20 now. We're kind of blowing up past 14 as well. 15,000 will be a big one. Hopefully we can get there at some point, up between now and the playoffs or shortly after the playoffs get rolling for the Edmonton Oilers. Let me ask you this, Tommy.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a good question for you Oilers fans too. Like, do you miss Oilers hockey right now?
No.
Or you're good with the Olympics?
Very
that
good.
Satisfies
Very
the.
good.
I'm curious if people like are you all like, oh God, the Olympics are okay, but I want Oilers and Kings tonight.
No.
Me neither.
No,
I
don't.
I don't see
care.
how you could. I don't see how you could do that, right? Like,
I love Olympic hockey. I love Olympic hockey 10 times more when it's the NHL players involved. This is the best of the best. My hockey thirst is more than quenched.
Yes.
With this. The Oilers can wait. The playoff stretch can wait. It's only February, and we're already 58 games into the Edmonton Oilers season. We've gotten a high concentration of Oilers hockey and a lot of Oilers hockey in the last few years.
And March is going to be busy.
Yeah, exactly. And because of what we're getting in terms of quality of hockey, I am so satisfied and happy and intrigued that my hockey desire is fulfilled.
Do the Oilers beat Czechia yesterday?
No.
You don't think so?
Sorry, I
don't know. I think
they don't.
I think the Oilers are probably better than Czechia.
I disagree.
You don't think so?
I think international teams outside of the top 5 to 8 NHL club teams, I think international teams are generally better. Like the top 4 to 6 international teams are better than the top 5 to 8 NHL teams because they're all excellent players. Like they're the best of the best from that country. Now, here's the thing. You can never really test that because
I would love to see it.
Oh, so would I.
Like the Oilers tour Europe and play against the best Czechia has to offer.
Yeah. And that's interesting. Like, I think that would put our mind into a bit of a mental pretzel because you'd have to factor in so many things. But to me, essentially, these national teams are, for the most part, all-star teams.
But not Czechia.
Czechia, I think, is sneaky good, although they, for the first 2 periods, they let France get back in it.
Yeah. I think it's a fun little conversation.
That is an
have.
interesting one.
Like if you look at Czech, let's just look at that. Let's break it down.
Sure. So,
Hurdle, Pasternak, and Andre Palat. Would you rather have McDavid, Nugent, Hyman?
Yeah, McDavid, Nugent, Hyman.
Okay, so that's the first line checkmark Oilers.
But go to the Columbus Blue Jackets and look at their top line.
Well, no, I'm just saying we said Oilers versus Czechia.
Okay, yeah.
David Kampf with Natchez and Kubalik. Would you rather have the Draisaitl line? Yes, you would.
Yes, because of Leon, but
give Punt Colton some respect. 2 oil streams in a row. You know that was a low-key
No, there was no
burn on your part.
backhanded. No.
Man.
Oh my
I
goodness.
thought it was funny though. But I think I'd rather have Leon and Podkolzin than
but
Natchez and Kubalik.
Yeah, a Kubalik.
So
Jeez.
let's go. Edmonton gets a second line check mark.
Yeah, I give him the second line check.
Okay, then their third line was Cervenka, a guy who couldn't cut it in the NHL. Lucas Sedlak and Andre Kashin. So
Well, the Oilers' third line isn't much better right now.
I'd probably say the bottom sixes are a wash.
Yeah.
So
And
the
we're
bottom
tough.
sixes are a wash.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go on the back end. Radek Simic and Philip Hronek or Bush and Ekholm. Bush and Ekholm.
Hronik's damn good, and Shimon, is it Nemec?
Radom. No, that's Slovakia.
Oh, Slovakia,
Nemec,
sorry.
Nemec is on Slovakia.
Okay. And then, so Hronik and who?
Radom Simic.
Oh, I don't know Radim Simic.
Exactly.
Yeah. They'd probably go Bush, Ekholm there.
Second pairing, Kempny and Gudis.
Against
Nurse and I mean, they've been doing Wallman lately.
I might have to go Kempny and Gudis.
Kempny and Gudis, I might give them a slight edge.
Same here.
Which is troubling to say.
Yes.
Very troubling to say.
That is a
So
that's a good term to use. Troubling.
Yeah, it's troubling. I mean, the answer should 100% be Nurse and Wallman.
In theory, it should.
And then
yeah.
Stastny and Emberson versus Spacek and Kundrachak.
I have no idea who
Kondracic.
that last guy.
Yeah, Thomas Kondracic.
Yeah, I guess Stastny.
Yeah. So
Stastny and Emberson.
okay, and then between the pipes. Now,
Although Vladar wasn't great today,
no,
but Vejmelka's on the bench,
Vejmelka is on the bench.
and they have who was their starter in game one? Who did we watch last night?
Vejmelka, I think Vejmelka should be the guy.
Yeah, who started yesterday?
For Czechia.
Not Mrazek. Come on,
Oh, geez. Why are we blanking on this?
because we're idiots. I'm kidding. We're not.
Well, kind of. Who was who the hell was it? It was
How am I blanking on this?
I said his name like 1,000 times yesterday. What the hell?
I don't know. Oh, Dostal.
Oh yeah, Lucas Dostal. Yeah, of course we talked about that because we were talking even before the game, like is Dostal and Binnington across. Yeah.
Honestly, Dusty, I'd probably take Dostal against any Oilers goalie.
I would take Dostal and Vejmelka ahead of Ingram and
Jari.
Jari.
Yeah.
So an edge between the pipes for Czechia.
Yeah.
But this is kind of the story. This is the recipe for Oilers against anybody. Best top six. Pretty good top pair when Bush and Ekholm are on.
Yep.
And then their team is better goaltending. I think the Edmonton Oilers would beat Czechia.
I think it'd be a hell of a game, to be honest with you.
I'd like to see it. Let's do one of those throwbacks where like
That'd be cool.
one NHL team goes through Europe and
Would an
plays a bunch.
NHL 26 simulation with those rosters give us any idea?
well, we could do it. I mean, that's easy
Yeah.
enough to do.
Yeah. How close is the simulation? Look at Benny.
I wonder.
Benny would know.
Benny,
He
you
came
play
in and
and you
fixed
played the
stuff
NHL
nicely.
video games.
course.
If we simulated Edmonton versus Czechia,
Yeah.
who do you think would win that game?
Edmonton would
Yeah.
by a decent score too.
Think so, yeah.
Because Czechia's got like one really good line, and then after that kind of falls off. Or
Yeah.
Oilers, I guess maybe they only have one line too. But
they have
but you know,
Close to two.
better depth on Edmonton. I'd imagine it's like probably like a 6-2 game in the simulation.
No way.
McDavid and Draisaitl will take over.
Oh,
in
we're
that.
talking about simulation.
Simulation. Yeah.
Thunder Dan texts in and says, Dusty, case study number 1, Tomaszek. Enough said, Oilers win.
Have we turned on David Tomaszek?
He didn't play today.
No, he did not. But Roman Cervenka, who was the Tomaszek comparison when he signed with the Oilers, certainly did. He scored a great goal, too. He was backhand bar down.
Today?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't watch any of that game.
Or was that a different Cervenka?
Got to be the same guy. Is there multiple Cervenkas?
There might be. Maybe they're like a brilliant line of hockey lineage.
Anyway, if you want to chime in on that, 780. We weren't planning on diving into that. But Edmonton versus Czechia, who
He is playing. That was him. That was Roman Cervenka who had that goal.
Max Bazuzu says it's all a simulation. Are birds even real? Is that a thing with the birds? What's that theory?
I don't know, but there is
theory.
There is that. I watched the trailer for, was it Disclosure Day?
Is that the Alien movie?
Yeah, and
I've heard Corey and Mark talking about it on the MCTV podcast.
And there's a cardinal that flies on the antlers of the buck that goes into the little girl's room. And I don't get that. I'm assuming they're aliens. And then they have all the deer staring at the house with the cardinal on the antlers of the buck again. Anyway.
I watched, what was the other one that they're talking about? The new Ryan Gosling movie?
Project Hail Mary.
That looks good.
Yes, it does.
I feel like that one's going to become my new Interstellar.
Yeah.
And I just throw it on and imagine how cool space is.
Interstellar was a really good movie.
I watch Interstellar all the time. Like, it's an easy throw on and do
Yeah.
work movie.
Yeah.
I love it. All right, 780-218-9999. These are all things we can. So, Onaway Jay texted in on the Nielsen show today. His family's out of town.
Okay.
Okay, and I told him, well, keep me up to date on your amazing week because his kids are out of town. His wife's out of town. He has today off. So he's got 4 days off, no kids, no wife. It's a game changer for a married guy. On the way, Jay texted and says, hey, boys, so I could line up my boys. So Huss, we brought it up in Lock Shop because he checked in, said he went to Costco, got some A&W, going home to watch the hockey game. Sounds glorious.
Yep.
Then Huss said, I wonder, because Huss rolls in the circle where, you're a single guy too.
Yeah.
You and Huss live different single guy lives.
Very much so, I would say.
Huss has a group of, and I've hung with these guys. They're all beauties. But Huss has like a group of about 6 to 10 absolute degens just like himself who are like, they're at the pub every night. They're betting on every game. And when I get to go to Winnipeg and have like a night off sometimes before I get to ride along in that.
You hang.
And it's amazing. So Huss was just like, he should go hook up with his degen buddies if he still has them.
Yep. If you still have them.
On the way, Jay just said, hey, boys, so I could line up my boys this weekend, but here's the thing. My 2 girls are 12 and 16, and my 2 closest buddies have young kids who keep them super busy with hockey, soccer, other things. So basically, we're in different worlds and levels when it comes to parenting.
Mm-hmm.
My kids are mostly independent. Theirs are not. So I'm riding solo this weekend. Just me, myself, and I watching hockey, Olympics, Netflix, or whatever the hell else I want. It's going to be wonderful.
That's a recharge.
So
that's going to be great.
That is nice.
On the way, Jay, I throw this at you, like, excellent situation. Whether you stumbled into it or it was pre-planned, it's fantastic. Would you be the guy that pops into a sports bar or like
on his own, solo,
and has a beer and a bite and watches? I did that after the skills competition. I went to Joey
by yourself,
by myself.
Sat at the bar.
I had the chicken parm and a coffee.
That's a coffee.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't.
Did anybody look at you weird?
Probably.
Somebody must have looked at you kind of funny.
There were 2.
If you were at Coyote Ugly, they would have sprayed you with water.
Yeah, they would have. But I would have said, give me a beer then.
Yeah.
Anyway, but there were 2 younger women that worked at my ex's bar.
Okay.
Because all I heard was gossip out of the 2 of them. And
they were there
at Joey.
Were they sitting with you?
They were like, I was there and they sat right, on the corner. They had the 2 seats on the corner.
So you were in the one corner.
I was there
and then
first.
They were the other
and
two
they
corners.
just sat there. And they just,
classic Tommy.
Yep. And
just they're flocking to him.
And right away I'm like, oh my God, these girls work at Jada's bar.
Did they know it was you?
No.
So you listened to all the trash?
They was so loud. And I'm just sitting there like staring at the TV, having my chicken parm and coffee. And I text Jada and I'm like, are these 2...
Did you take a picture of them?
No. Oh. I just described their conversation.
Okay, yeah.
And she's like, oh yeah, that's so-and-so and so-and-so. Was it all gossip? I'm like, all gossip.
Just Gossip City.
She knew, yeah.
Gossip City.
Yeah. Anyway, but it felt good. Like I just had a bite to eat. I had my coffee. I didn't have to talk to the bartender.
There's nothing wrong with that, man.
Like, so on a way, Jay, would you saddle up to a sports bar, grab a beer, grab a bite? Basically, you could eat whatever you want. Would you do that? If your buddies aren't available?
I'll say this. At Grey Cup, here's the thing with the buddies who also have kids. It'll never line up.
That's
it'll never line up.
Yeah,
like one
tough.
of his buddies will probably have a weekend like this a year and a half from now, and on-away Jay's busy.
He's unavailable.
Like, he'll just never line up.
Yeah.
The closest I got to doing that on my own was when I was at Grey Cup, because everybody at Grey Cup week who's like working the TV broadcast is busy all the time.
Yeah.
I'm there doing the radio game and Grey Cup Saturday. I'm not as busy. So like for 4 days in a row, I hit up the Elephant and Castle, saddled up to the bar in the one corner, brought my computer so I could do some work, crushed tendies and fries and a couple double spice rums. And it was nice because by the time I rolled in there the third day, they're like, hey, you having the kids' tendies again? I was like, yes, I am. It's just a 3-piece order. It was, I loved it. In the odd time, like if you want to talk to somebody, you can talk to somebody, right? So I got to know a few people at the bar and stuff, and but it's just I don't get to do that very often.
Having the tablet laptop set up there while you do it, it puts up a
little bit of a wall.
A wall, yeah. There's an inhibitor there for others to come and approach you because I'm sure they see you and they're like, oh, there's Nielson. I kind of want to talk to him. Oh, he's eating and he's doing work.
Little do they know I'm just like watching a show on my computer.
Right.
But like, that's okay.
Yeah. Mick Diesel says chicken parm and coffee is wild stuff. Yeah. It was kind of
that mix is, I know, good point. I didn't even bring that up.
And I thought about that too, but I didn't want like a soda. I didn't want a beer.
Why not just go with a water with that chicken parm?
It was, I don't know. I don't think I had a coffee that day. I like to have at least one cup of coffee every day.
So even if you don't have one in the morning, you'll hit one in the afternoon?
Early afternoon. It was like
that's interesting.
2:30, 3 o'clock. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to have a coffee. And then I ordered the chicken parm after. So I had started with the coffee and I was like, I'm just going to keep having coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a weird mix, but it was, you know what, McDiesel, it was still fine. I recognized it immediately that it was a weird combination, but it was just good. You know, like you don't have to talk. You just sit there, you enjoy, listen to whatever the hell they were gossiping about because it was so loud. And they complained a lot about a lot of different things. And I'm like, oh, I know that person. Oh, I know that person. Oh, really? That's going on. It was amazing. So I don't know. I'm curious on the way, Jay, if you'd saddle up.
Jay actually texts back in. He goes, Tommy, I can't do it. I can't go to a restaurant or movie alone. I struggle big time with that. Call me weird, but I just can't do it.
It's not weird.
Jay, I'll tell you, man, you go to one movie by yourself, you'll never want to go with anybody else ever again.
But there is that mental hurdle initially to get over because you always go to a movie or to a pub or a restaurant with someone, right? But sometimes like you break through that barrier and you just do it. And you're like, you know what? That was oddly satisfying.
Sully texts in and says, I'll be pulled up to a bar for the game here shortly, all by myself. I used to work out of town quite a bit, so I would do that all the time.
Now, I'll wrap it with this because I know we kind of lingered
we'll
on
get
about
into
this.
the game here, but
there is a tact, pardon me, to it. There's a tact. Like, there are those men and women who will saddle up to the bar by themselves, but then you can see them, they've got the scanner going, and they're looking
to find somebody to talk to and stuff? Okay.
Yeah. That can be cumbersome. But if you're just in there and you're comfortable with yourself and you're having a bite, you're watching, maybe the bartender talks to you, you can kind of tell, you can read people. And you can see the ones who want to initiate that or the ones that are just like, you know what, I'm doing my thing.
Basically, two types of people at the bar.
Yep.
Right? The one who really wants to talk, and like there's nobody who's just like, oh, I'll have a little conversation maybe. Like you either want to be there by yourself and chill, or you're going to talk to somebody because you don't want to sit by yourself.
Yeah. And different establishments bring in different types of solo bar people. I mean, you go to a nice hotel, sit at the lobby bar.
There's high-end escorts there.
You might run into a pro. Wow, this lady's really attractive and dressed well and is by herself for some reason.
I can't remember where Tam and I were at one time. We're having dinner, and Tam's a big people watcher. And I usually, so when we go places, I'll sit with my back to people, and she'll sit and like watch crowds and stuff. And we identified someone that we thought was working.
Yep.
One night, I'm like, what is going on here right now? Fascinating.
Yeah,
it really fascinates me.
It's something. Anyway. Okay. On the way, Jay, enjoy it, man.
Yeah, enjoy it. And if I could suggest things, if you're going to watch Netflix, I did like Lincoln Lawyer. That was good. If you haven't seen The Rip yet with Ben Affleck and Matt Damon.
Is that good?
Good movie.
Okay, I'll check it out.
You should definitely watch The Rip. It was, it was good. I really liked The Rip. So there's a couple for you on the way, Jay. And of course, you got all this Olympic hockey you can watch. So Nolan from St. Albert says, damn, I feel bad for people who can't do things on their own. It's glorious time.
Mm-hmm.
Troll says coffee goes with everything. That's a fine combo. The coffee and
it was good. And I'm not. I've learned, Dusty, like I can't drink every day. Those days are gone. They're long gone. But I still like being in bars and lounges and like a coffee, or sometimes I'll just do like an iced tea. It's still good, and especially if you're enjoying the food.
All right, 780-218-9999, 780-218-9999. Canada gets Switzerland coming up at 1:10 today. Hernan and Gager will be on the air. They will be breaking it down as it happens, and then it'll be Awanik and Glue Guy on the Reed Wilkins Show today. Reed is off. They'll be breaking down everything, kind of like post-game, essentially, from Canada and Switzerland. What impressed you the most about Connor McDavid in his Olympic debut?
Him and the team, very thorough. You know, there was responsibility. There were bursts and attacking at the right moments. The focus offensively, I think, is something that I noticed. That goal on the power play was a thing of brilliance. Yeah, you could tell. We kind of talked about it a little bit on the hangout, like how dialed in they are. And Jay alluded to McDavid kind of like pushing himself to a new height. And I understand what Jay's saying about that. And you want to see it throughout the whole tournament as much as possible. But part of me thinks, what would allow Connor to push his game and his prowess to a new height? And part of me thinks that he knows he's got Crosby on a line, he's got McKinnon on a line, that he can go and do that. And he's got a support system that is way more structurally sound than when he does on his club team. And so it's like, if that enables his mind to have the freedom to attack in a new way on a different level, in an elevated level, that might be what we're witnessing.
I did see some people, I think there's a couple people texting in today, and I do have the top 5 biggest disappointments this year for the Oil. Remember I said we do that? I've got 5 guys there, and then we'll get to the Play Alberta numbers game as well. But this whole McDavid thing is interesting. We did have somebody text in and be like, Dusty, this is how good McDavid can play when he's got a balanced roster. But
good point.
But you'll never have this roster in the National Hockey League. Right?
No, exactly.
This is probably the most talented roster he will ever play on. And that includes the 4 Nations last year, because they've got Macklin Celebrini on this team, and there's nobody really at Celebrini's level.
No.
Like that was with him last year outside of, McKinnon and Sid. So I mean, there's that. It's tough to compare because I saw somebody be like, oh, it's good to see Cooper roll 4 lines. I'm like, his 4th line isn't Matthias Janmark and Trent Frederick.
Yeah.
It's Sam Reinhart, who scored 60 one year. Like
line one.
It's a different approach to it, right? I mean, the one area you can look at, like, what was McDavid's ice time in that first game?
I'd have to check.
How much did he play? Like, I think there's something to be said about, with a deeper roster, he can stay more fresh.
Yep.
And can look better in smaller spurts, as opposed to, still looking awesome, but having to get drug out for 24, 25, or 26 minutes a night.
And no PK.
Yeah. Like that's, basically.
Here we go.
Yeah, I didn't even look at how much he played.
I'm back on the damn Olympic site. Remember I complained about it on Wednesday?
You did bitch about the Olympic site.
And then you got to go to the next one. And then the next one. And then the next page. I found it quickly this time. Schedule and results. Thank you.
I would think he was probably somewhere around 17. Well, a little bit of power play time. Maybe 18 minutes.
What was it?
Maybe?
23 seconds that they scored in that power play.
It didn't take long.
Okay, here we go. Let's take a look at the game sheet. Team stats, player stats. Yes. Go to Canada. Oh,
seeing if they have it on.
I have it. I found it. McDavid played 18:04. 3 apples.
Okay, so 18 minutes. That was close.
Average 49 seconds on the ice per shift.
So 18 minutes.
Yeah.
Even in the NHL, wouldn't want him to play 20.
No.
But it's like the 23, 24. It'd be interested to see It would be interesting to see if they had a roster deep enough that come playoff times, they could just run McDavid for 19 to 20 minutes and
fresh.
see how good he would be in those 19 to 20 minutes. We'll take a look at Switzerland's lineup here in a second. We asked this, were we asked this, or did I ask this? We were asked it on 3 questions too many today. Could this tournament be the peak of Connor McDavid? Like could this? He's 29 years old, so he's already played over a decade in the National Hockey League. You're hoping that there's still another Oilers peak where there's a Stanley Cup delivered there.
Yeah.
But he's been to 2 Stanley Cup finals, and now he's on this Olympic team. He saw 3 points in the first game. If he goes, let's say he breaks Selanne and Koivu's Olympic point tournament record. Let's say he finishes with 15 points.
Mm-hmm.
He's the tournament MVP. He wins a gold medal when we've waited for him. He gets the first crack at the Olympic and wins a gold medal, and maybe he scores the winner in the final or something like that. Like, there's a chance that the next 2 weeks here, or the next week and a half now, could be the most prime that we'll ever see from Connor McDavid. Like, I think there's a chance that could be the case.
Yeah. Now, my hope is that the guys that are around him are able to support him. So he doesn't have to play 24 minutes a night. And he can play 21, 22 and be riding this high.
Yeah.
And continue. And you know what? Quite frankly, Leon Draisaitl scored 20-something seconds into that game yesterday.
23 seconds in.
That was fantastic. Yeah. Like, I was watching him, I'm like, look at him go. And then he kind of like backhands it. And I was like, geez. And he's laughing. I'm like, he's having fun. And maybe Leon is on a bit of a high too, depending on how Germany performs. And maybe Germany should be the sleeper pick. I saw a lot of people texting, look out for Germany. And valid. I'm saying Czechia, maybe Germany is the team that goes on a nice run.
There's a chance here Slovakia finishes first in their pool.
That's crazy and good for them. Like, yes, you're Dusty. I think there is something to what you said. Like, could this be McDavid at his peak? He's in his prime. He's had wonderful, tremendous experiences in the NHL. Hasn't completely climbed the mountain. He's gotten pretty high, close to the summit. This is an opportunity for him to do it internationally. And yeah, I think that's a totally valid observation.
What do you think? 780-218-9999. 780-218-9999. Rip City Step says 3 cup finals in a row, 4 nations championship, and an Olympic gold would be quite the peak.
Yeah.
Like, think about that. Let's say they were to get back to a Stanley Cup final this year and then win one. You have a stretch where over 2.5 years, he went to 3 Stanley Cup finals, won a gold medal to 4 nations, scored the winning goal, and then won an Olympic gold medal and probably end up being the tournament MVP.
Yeah.
And then comes back and wins a Stanley Cup. I don't think they'll win the Stanley Cup this year. But even if, let's say he wins a Stanley Cup next year.
Sure.
You're looking at 3 of 4 finals.
Yeah.
And 2 best on best championships.
Yeah.
That's pretty damn difficult. Sid, when were the Penguins Cups? They won their first cup.
2009.
So they lost in 08.
Won in 09.
And then won in 09. Then he won Olympic gold, scored the golden goal in 10.
Did not win a cup in 10, but still that's...
Yeah, but that's a nice little...
Yeah, you know who else had a run like that? Scott Niedermayer. Like at the turn of the century.
Like the 2002 Olympics?
Yeah. And with the Devils winning a cup in 2000, they went to the final in 90... No, they went to the final in 01 against the Avs, and then they went back and won in 03. I think he had a stretch like that too.
Okay, so here's Niedermayer.
Yeah. Like Niedermayer was amazing.
He was phenomenal. I always thought he could have put him, but he played on New Jersey. I mean, if he was somewhere else, it would have been 70 points every single season. Because as soon as he got to the Ducks, he went 63, 69 points back to back. And that was kind of tail end.
His first
Niedermayer,
first year was like 1990.
1992, 93.
Okay, there you go.
92, 93. So then Niedermayer won a cup in 2000.
Yeah.
And then would have gone to the 2002 Olympics. Won a gold there.
Yeah. Did the Avs beat the Devils, though, in 2001, I believe.
He played 21 playoff games in 2001. So, yeah, he would have gone. Yeah, would have lost to Colorado there.
And then they won in 2003 again.
2003 again, they won.
Yeah.
And then the 2006 Olympics wouldn't have won, but would have been on that team.
Yeah, that team struggled.
And then, what was the 2016? We should look up the 2016.
Torino, yeah.
And then won the cup with the Ducks in 07.
Yeah.
As well. So, yeah, I mean, Niedermayer was an absolute stud. 780-218-9999 if you want to chime in. Geek texts in and says, you mean like Sam Bennett and the epic run he's on?
Yep.
I mean, well, yeah.
That's true.
And I guess Reinhardt.
Good point.
Mind you,
Great
Bennett
point.
took home the Conn Smythe
Absolutely.
as well. So Bennett's gone back-to-back cups. Yeah, I mean, all those Florida guys are kind of on this run, and they won it, except that Connor McDavid is better than all of them. Just hasn't won the cup just yet.
In 06, Niedermayer and Jovanovski were selected to Team Canada, but were injured and replaced by Jay Bouwmeester and Brian McCabe.
It's funny when you brought that up because I was like, I wonder if Niedermayer was even on the 06 team. I feel like if he was there,
maybe
they would have been. They would have been a lot better.
Yeah, they really.
Who was the other guy that was hurt? Jovanovski.
Jovanovski, yeah.
And then they replaced him with Jabo and
Brian McCabe.
That's a little bit of a downgrade there.
That's a dip.
Matthew Wannick Fan Club says Yzerman won a gold and a cup in 2002.
Yes.
Same year. That's a big one.
Absolutely.
Brandon from Windsor says, I miss Oilers hockey, guys. Olympic hockey is cute, but I love cheering on the Oilers.
That's fine. There's going to be a lot of Oilers hockey coming up soon, Brandon. A lot. And there's been a lot. Why go for burgers when you've got steak at home?
Al texts in and says, hey, Dusty, Knob would never play him only 20 minutes a night. We've seen Knobloch throw out PP1 up for 6 when they're up 6-1 for a minute and a half. So,
that's a good point, Al.
Yeah. That's pretty good. Hodgie's in and says, that run that Corey Perry is on is quite something, minus the lack of cups. Yeah.
Touche.
That's got to suck over and over. At least he already had one.
Yeah.
So that must help the situation a little bit more. All right, so let's dive into it. Canada gets Switzerland today. This game will get going in about 35 minutes. Switzerland coming in off a victory. Switzerland will be running Heischer with Timo Meier and Kevin Fiala. Malgin with Niederreiter and Andrighetto. Poos Suter with Thurkov and Kurashev. Okay, so they've switched some things up.
Okay.
Because the last game, Timo Meier was with Suter and Thurkov was with Heischer and Fiala. So they've loaded up their best NHL line for this game against Canada. I wouldn't necessarily refer to it as nuclear, but it's Nico Heischer with Meier and Fiala.
Yep.
Thurkov slides down, plays with Suter and Kurashev, and then Jäger, Berchi, and Riat as your fourth line. And then Roman Josi, Andrea Glosser, Siegenthaler and Kukin, and J.J. Moser, and Christian Marty. It was Moser and Michael Fora in the last game. So Switzerland tweaking things a little bit. Team Canada, as we mentioned, tweaking things a little bit as well for this game if you are just joining us. McDavid with Wilson and Celebrini, McKinnon with Hagel and Suzuki, Crosby, Stone, and Marner. Seth Jarvis draws in for Brad Marchand. They've got Jarvis with Horvat and Sam Reinhart on the fourth line. And then obviously they work Sam Bennett in there with some trips down the middle in place of Bo Horvat. Taves, Makar, Theodore Parayko, Harley, Doughty, and Sanheim will draw in today. And then Logan Thompson will start today for Team Canada with Darcy Kemper dressed as his backup. We'll see if Connor McDavid, him physically coming out and laying the body. It felt like a series against the Kings when he's like, I'm going to go out. It's time to get going.
Yep.
Let's go set the tone physically. He doesn't do it often, and I'm not saying that he needs to do it more, but I will say that I absolutely love when he does do it.
You like angry McDavid.
Yeah.
It is good. I mean, and if you're on the bench and you're watching him do that, you're like, well, I have to play hard now too. I can't coast my way into this game and tippy-toe my way in. I have to go balls to the wall. So I respect that. That's setting the tone, baby. Crosby's not going to do that.
if there was anything for you to nitpick from the last game, could you find something?
No.
YouTube Trev brought up today they didn't necessarily love McKinnon's line with Hagel and Suzuki.
I see no holes in this lineup.
I liked Suzuki and McKinnon together last game. Hagel does some other things, you know?
He does. There are intangibles to his game that some others don't possess.
So there's that as well.
Is I'm not picking on Trev, but is Trev looking for problems, creating problems in his mind when it comes to this team?
I don't think he wants to. I think it's just the fan
In
in him sort of just naturally. It's like when the Oilers won. How many did they win in a row that one year?
16.
Yeah, and there'd still be the odd person who like text in after like 11 and be like, "Yeah, I don't know if I like this part of the game last night."
that's
Like
fair.
they were pretty tidy back then.
They were.
So there's that.
I think the last 3 or 4 games of that winning streak, you could see the wheels were getting a little wobbly. But you're right. I was thinking about this about Macklin Celebrini. If I made this comparison, I'm curious to know what other people think, because he has a bit of a dog element to his game.
Yeah, he's
which
hard
I
on that puck, isn't
appreciate.
he?
Yeah, he's not the biggest guy. If I suggested Macklin Celebrini is a slightly bigger, slightly more skilled version of Doug Weight, what would you say?
Oh, geez.
Like if Doug Weight was just a tiny bit more skilled and a little bit bigger, because he got in there like a rat and went, or dog. And I see that in Celebrini. I'm like, that's kind of how Doug Weight played.
Dougie Weight was 5'11", 200.
Yeah. Celebrini, like, he goes to the tough spots.
Man, I don't know. I think I need more time to take that one in.
Maybe
now you grew up watching every Doug Weight game.
I love Doug Weight.
I wasn't in the
Celebrini-
market when Dougie Weight was playing.
Yeah.
I remember Doug Weight, obviously, but I wouldn't have watched him like an Oilers fan every single night. So it might be a tough one for me to actually give you a good answer on.
And okay, maybe this is where it differs. Is I think Celebrini's a better shooter than Doug Weight was, but he's a great setup man. I like the feistiness to him, and that's what I appreciate about Doug Weight. I don't know. Just it was something
What
I
do
thought
you
about.
think? And
Yeah.
here's the follow up we could do. If not Doug Weight, what is the comparison for Celebrini?
Yeah.
I've watched probably 3 Sharks games, maybe. So I haven't watched a ton of Celebrini. I will say this: I loved him in that first game for Canada.
Great tip.
I'm not too sure what the. I mean, what about Sid?
Oh, he's just complete.
But I like Celebrini's praised a lot for his 2-way game as a 19-year-old as well.
Yeah.
Right? Like I'm not.
Maybe
I don't want to put him on like this path to arguably be on the Mount Rushmore one day, like we talk about with Sid.
Yeah.
But I see that a little bit.
Maybe Celebrini skates a bit better than Doug Weight. Not that Doug Weight didn't skate well.
Doug Weight could skate pretty good, though,
Yeah.
couldn't he?
Yeah.
Trying to submit this grandest parlay from the DGen Den, but they have like 1,000 things going on here. Both teams to score 2 and over 2.5 in a Derby County versus Swansea City game.
Of course.
I don't know how these guys do it.
Of course.
And they're betting on the NBA All-Star game.
Oh, wow. I saw a chat message that they sent in, and it was the grandest parlay was cooking or something like that.
Like they just sent in 2 parlays. And of course, Edmonton Sports Talk is brought to you by Play Alberta. They just sent in 2 parlays that I'm sending over to the team at PA.
Nice.
The grandest parlay today, that'll be going up in a little bit. Sporting CP 3-way and over 1.5 total.
Uh-huh. I was thinking the same thing.
Canada women versus Germany over 4.5 or
Yeah.
over 5.5 goals.
Yeah.
And then Sweden, Slovakia men's hockey over 5.5 goals. And then the one that they label as the silliest parlay, Germany 3-way and over 4.5 goals men's hockey.
Okay.
Derby County versus Swansea City, both teams to score 2 and over 2.5.
I don't even know what that is.
And
I'm
then the
assuming
team,
soccer.
yeah, that's soccer. and then Team USA Stars NBA All-Star Game money line. So that's why we call it the D-Gen Den on Discord, because that group is as hardcore as you are going to get. So here's a couple of them.
Yep.
Collingwood Rob says, Celebrini reminds me of Patrice Bergeron. I mean, I don't know if it's just because he's a different shot. Like, he doesn't to me. I think he's more skilled offensively than Patrice Bergeron. I don't want to take anything away from Patrice Bergeron, but like off the top of my head, I'm pretty sure Celebrini this year will score more points than Bergeron ever did in a season.
Yeah. Bergeron was what, like a 60 to 80 point guy, basically?
Bergeron had 70 points 3 times. But for the most part was like somewhere, like you could put him between 55 and 70.
Yeah. But super consistent.
Won 6 Selkies.
That's amazing.
I don't see Celebrini following that path. So I'd have to, I don't know. It's an interesting take. Troll texts in and says a young Crosby. Pinto Creek says Celebrini is a bigger Paul Correa.
Interesting.
That's an interesting one too.
Correa was awesome.
I get a good Sidney Crosby vibe from the guy. Is it like a young Sidney Crosby, man? He used to be able to fly as well. Like he still has success today because he's so damn smart and like Sid was tenacious on the puck. Yeah, like
he's a complete
and that's why
player.
I think Celebrini's complete as well.
That could be,
especially for a 19-year-old. Right?
But
like
I watched some of the plays he makes, and I was like, that looks like Doug Waite, but better.
Okay, well, think about this then with Celebrini. Like the names that have come up are Sidney Crosby, Doug Waite, Paul Correa, Patrice Bergeron.
Not bad.
Like if elements of your game are being compared through an eye test from a bunch of fans to those 4 dudes,
pretty damn good.
You're pretty special.
Yep.
Like just as simple as that. Zedmo says Stevie Y? Question mark?
Yeah. I mean,
he's
a little bit bigger than Stevie Y.
Let's just keep throwing in top 30 players of all time into this conversation.
Stevie Y was complete by the end of because he was all offense, right? That was his big thing.
Yeah, he has one of is it him? He has outside of Wayne and Mario, he has the highest point season of all time. 155, I think. 155. Because Connor got to 153.
Yeah. And then in the early to mid 90s when Bowman came in and kind of shifted the thinking in Detroit and with Yzerman and started focusing on both sides of the puck, that's when he really became the complete player that he was. Steve Yzerman was amazing in the 2002 Olympics. That team, you want to talk about stacked. Legend.
Yeah, that team
Hall of
was
Fame, Hall
ridiculous.
of Fame.
That was a really good time.
Yeah.
Let's see the roster for that 2002 team. 2002 men's Olympic hockey roster. Here we go. All right, so this is this is what they rolled out in 2002. Belfour, Brodeur, and Joseph. I will say we had better 3 between the pipes than some other ones, but
Yeah.
did Cujo start that and then Marty Brodeur took it over?
Yeah, 5-2 loss to Sweden. That was it.
And that was it. On the back end, Chris Pronger, Scott Niedermeyer, Al McInnes, Rob Blake, Eric Brewer, Adam Foote, and Ed Jovanovski.
One of these things is not like the others.
Now, Brewer was young. He was sort of like the one young defenseman on the team, right?
And he actually put together a pretty respectable career. He went on to captain, I think, Tampa briefly, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, and then up front, you had Steve Yzerman and Joe Sakic. Let's just start there. Steve Yzerman, Joe Sakic, Theo Fleury, Jerome McGinley, Paul Correa, Mario Lemieux, Eric Lindros, Joe Neuendijk, Owen Nolan, Brendan Shanahan, Ryan Smith, Mike Pekka, and Simone Gagne, who was like the young forward that they put in at the time.
Simone Gagne.
He bursted in as a teenager, right?
Yeah, I think he scored 30 pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Simone
that's
Gagne
a really
was really
good team.
Good. Yeah.
Really good team.
I think he had concussions at the end of his career.
You know, we're doing this, the Olympic draft on Tuesday. And one of the things that the category, what is it? Non-competition moment for Canada. And I know people are talking about the Montgomery beer swigging, walking down the street.
That was great.
Haley Wickenheiser's rant after the game. But what about Wayne Gretzky in 2002?
Yeah, I have a funny story to tell you. Not fit for air about that after.
But how about remember when he came out to the country and defended the team?
That was amazing.
That's got to be up there too. I mean, that's got to have a high grade on it. I think
he met the moment.
Yeah,
he met the moment.
Entire country was. I remember. I'm pretty sure I was in 2000. Actually, this is probably accurate. 2000. Would the Olympics were in February in 2002?
I believe so. Yeah.
Okay, I think I was driving home for reading week from Lethbridge to Cranbrook, and we were listening to the Canada-Sweden game on the radio. And I remember that we were just past Fernie, driving through the mountains, and Cujo was getting lit up.
Yeah, he was.
And me and my buddies were like, "What is going on with this team right now?"
Yeah, it was
and I
bad.
think the whole nation was kind of feeling like that.
Yep.
And then, did Wayne come out and rant after that game, or was
it after the Czech game?
It was after the Czech game
because there was some iffy calls. I think Theo Fleury got bullied around a little bit, and then Wayne took the heat off the team, put the focus on himself. Basically, was the shield, and buddy,
legendary move. It
just opened up the players to go and do their thing, and you had Lemieux there as the captain.
Come on,
Eiserman, Sakic,
Korea.
You got Chris Pronger was. And Niedermeyer and Blake.
Did we say Lindros yet?
Lindros was on a line with Ryan Smith and Owen Nolan. Something they're the third or fourth line. Iggy had his coming out moment in the Olympics. That was a great year.
He was one of the younger guys on the team.
Yeah, him and Simone Gagne. Yeah. Smitty was one of them too. That team was amazing. Eric Brewer, by the way, was the captain of the Blues from 07 to 11. So not the Lightning.
That 4-year run though.
Yeah. He was a good NHL defenseman for 15 years, which is great. And I shouldn't mock him. And that was Kevin Lowe who went to bat for him. And Smitty. RCN is in and says Brewer was only there because Kevin Lowe had a hand in picking that team, and for 20 years previously, the Oilers had automatic spots on Canadian teams with slats involved. Yes.
The Oilers athletic team was involved. The Oilers equipment guys involved. The Oilers PR guys involved.
Yes.
I always joked with my buddies how the Oil had automatic spots on those teams.
They did.
And now Tampa Bay does.
Yep.
So there's that.
Shout out to Sean Kelso from the Flames, who's a great PR guy. He's handling duties. He's taken the reins from JJ Bear essentially. With Hockey Canada? With Hockey Canada. For the bigger events? The big events, yeah. All right, Logan Thompson has led Canada onto the ice for warm-ups in Milan as they will look to go to 2-0. They're in the red jerseys with the black maple leaf. Cool. I don't like these jerseys. Because of the black maple leaf? Yeah. Yeah. I really like the white jerseys. I love those white jerseys yesterday. They're perfection. I just don't look at that. Yeah, that white jersey. And I like the black captain's logo. Yeah, that makes sense. See. That jersey looks beautiful. It is beautiful. We're talking about the white jerseys they were wearing last game. I don't know if I love, I think I'd love these if it was a white maple leaf. Yeah. There's and why do we have to mix in the black? There's a Darth Vader element to the black logo, isn't there? But I kind of liked Vader. Yeah, I was pro Vader. Well, you understood him as a young boy. Yeah, pod racer. Once you got the whole story, right? Yeah, yeah. I think once you got the story, you sort of had a soft spot for Vader. As a whiny teenager who had a massive crush on his babysitter. That is actually teenage Anakin. Kind of gets on my nerves. As he should. That guy is the definition of. Tommy, you're more into the dating game or whatever. Sure. It would be fair to describe teenage Anakin Skywalker as a simp. I don't even know the true definition of a simp. Zach, what's a simp? A simp is usually a male. Yeah. Okay. Who is in love with a girl and just not just in love with them, but would just obsessed. Put their overly obsessed and would he really do. He was a simp for her love. Yeah. I think, to be honest with you, the way it described it. If the word simp was in a dictionary and you looked it up, there would be a picture of teenage Anakin Skywalker right next to it. Yeah, let's get the definition. That guy has to be the biggest simp in the history of simps. He was such a whiner. Definition's accurate. In Attack of the Clones. That was the second one, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So exact definition, it's typically a man who exhibits excessive, desperate, or submissive attention and affection toward another person in pursuit of a relationship.
That is teenage Anakin Skywalker.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. But it paid off.
But what if it's a girl?
guess,
What's that called?
Oh, it's
It
still
could,
a
it
simp,
could be a
but
simp, too, but it's
usually,
more so
I
men.
don't know.
Stereotypically, it would be a man.
Yeah.
Or male being a simp.
Max Pazuzu over on YouTube just Star Wars. Revenge of the Simp. Oh, dude. That makes my day. This has been a great day today. That's funny.
Well done, Max Pazuzu.
Revenge of the Simp. My God, that is hilarious.
I saved one from CJ in Chicago.
Okay.
Going like to bookend the show because remember we're talking about was it Jay and Ottaway?
Yeah, his single man weekend.
It's like if you can do it, settle up to the wood at a bar and have a bite and a beer and do your thing. CJ in Chicago wrote this one in the Nasty Chat earlier. She says, as someone who travels a lot, the solo bar/restaurant experience is incredible once you get over it being weird.
Yeah.
I've made amazing friends doing this. Get the corner bar seat and enjoy.
Corner bar seat opens you up to two different things.
Good tip.
Good face-to-face conversations the other way. That is a great tip. What's your prediction for the game today, buddy?
I think Canada rolls. Listen, I know the Swiss give them a run for their money, but there's too much depth on this Canadian team. We went through the lineups earlier in the show. 4-5-1.
5-1.
Yeah.
No, I'm going to say 5-0 actually.
Wow.
Yeah, I'll go 5-0. I'm going to say they run it back. Go take care of business. Go take care of business again. Revenge of the Simp. That is just too good.
That's well done.
What's coming up on EST afternoons, man?
Well, we'll keep rolling here on EST, of course. 1 to 3, Hernan Salas, Joaquin Gage, puck drop soon.
Yes,
between
right away.
Canada and Switzerland, of course. They'll give live updates on that, dive into the lineup, starters, and injury notes and whatnot for the squad. Zach to the future as well. And busy show just talking about all the Olympic action. They'll get into the headlines and notes.
Is it a reverse Zach to the future or normal Zach to the future?
Normal today.
Normal Zach to the
hopefully
future.
I don't get burnt as bad as I did when Maddie did it on Friday.
Yeah, he'll test you.
does.
Shout out to Joaquin.
Oh.
He made amazing
How were those
chicken tacos.
Well, I'm sure we'll.
I didn't have any because there's a bunch of veggies.
There's a lot of veggies in there, fresh veggies. Joaquin
He made
is,
it in the kitchen here. By the way, you're doing a great job on the kitchen, Tom.
Thank you. He told me it was a little bit messy. I left it in good order yesterday, so I cleaned up a bit.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
I've noticed before, like maybe today, but it's been pretty good so far.
I try.
All right. Canada, Switzerland coming up. EST afternoons will keep you up to date. That's going to do it for the oil stream brought to you by Boston Pizza. Hey, heart-shaped pizzas tomorrow at all Boston Pizza locations. It's that time of year. All right, go get your heart-shaped pizzas at Boston Pizza. Make plans to join us at the Westmount Boston Pizza on Wednesday. We'll be there Wednesday, 11 until 1. For Tommy Gazzola, I'm Dustin Nielson. Thank you very much for joining us. Take it easy.